Hi guys, so I'm going to help you with the conceptual coaching for addition today. Sorry I can't be with you in class. So we've got an addition problem. We've got negative 15 plus 19. So with addition, that means we're going to put our chips down and then we're going to be able to add more chips to it, okay? So we start with our starting value of negative 15, which we know is our red marker. And I can do 15 chips or 3 groups of 5. And then I'm adding positive 19. So with that, I'm going to draw again, you can sort of do it in high speed, 15 chips or 3 groups of 5, but then I have another 4. And drawing it this way can help me see my 0 pairs. For every one of these negatives, if there's a positive, we know those 0 pairs, that one negative, one positive, cancel each other out. So I can do that by just going through and one at a time, canceling them out. Or I can see I have 15 here, 15 here. Those would all cancel out. That's like saying negative 15 plus positive 15. And I'm left with a remainder of 4 chips. What are those chips? They're positive. So I have exactly 4 as my final sum. 4 positive chips. How do I explain this in words is our next question. I mentioned a couple of key vocabulary terms as I was explaining this model. 0 pairs, this idea that we're adding or a sum, right? Canceling out. We could think about it on the number line as well, an absolute value. I have the same absolute value here, so that absolute value cancels out. I then have what's left over. And this is why in our rules of addition, we recall that we take the base numbers and subtract the higher absolute value minus the smaller absolute value. The higher base value, the sign of that gets the number. So here's how we'll articulate that. Because 19, positive 19, has a larger absolute value, this will be the sign of the final answer. This is because negative 15 has an absolute value of 15, which cancels, or we can put here in parentheses 0 pairs, 15 of the positives, leaving 4 positives as the sum. So again, because positive 19 has a larger absolute value, it's distance from 0, and we have exactly 15 negatives in negative 15 to cancel out 15 of those positives, we're left with some absolute value left over. And that absolute value that is left over is our sum. It's 4. Another way to think of this, of course, is 19 minus 15 equals 4. And because 19 had the larger absolute value, 4 becomes positive. The positive gets the sign.